Hey, what's up, guys, girls, or whatever you're claiming to be this time? I got my boat carrier group all pulled apart and cleaned out, and I'm about to put it together real quick. Hopefully, it'll take me like one try, but sometimes this little son of a bitch right here, it's hard to get back in. Here it is. You got this. See, this is the extractor. This little part right here is like a spring-loaded thing. You can see it, how it's got this. I can't physically do it right now, but when the bullet and the gas piston pushes it back with enough power, it pushes it like a... This is what pulls the bullet out of the magazine, basically. When you put it in, make sure it's facing to the right. Make sure it's facing to the right. Can you see that? Make sure that little nipple part is facing the right. And this is your firing pin. It's all cleaned out best I could because I got this solvent. It's biodegradable and stupid liberal shit. You make sure that slides into the back of the extractor. You push that in. You hear a little click and you make sure the extractor is all the way pulled out. But you always make sure it's facing to the right. And you push this in. You can see there's make sure it's facing to the right. I don't know if I can see in there. There's a little hole in here. You can't really see, but this is where this goes. It helps hold the helps hold everything in place once you get it in. Make sure it's facing horizontal, like that's left to right for everybody who doesn't know. Make sure it's in. Pops in like so. Make sure that way. Yep. Then when you got it in, you got to turn it so it's the lengthwise. See that? Go back to the firing pin. There's a little hole in there. You just gotta feel around like with your mama. Slide that in. Boop. Now this is what I'm saying. This one's a pain in the ass. I might not be able to do it on the camera because it's gonna take me about 1,000 tries. I'm gonna start swearing and throwing shit. But just so you know, it slides in here, and there's another little hole it's got to go through right there. But how they did it, it's got this. It's kind of opened. It always gives me a pain in the ass. I've never done it like first try ever in my life. And once you got it all the way in, make sure your extractor, because it could pop in and out like that, that's when it's all the way in. You got to make sure it's pulled all the way out before you put it back in. Alright, now I'm going to lube it up real quick. I got some of this hoppies, hopes, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Lubricating gun oil. This stuff seems to be working good. People tell you, like, oh, don't put too much, don't put too less. I just put whatever the fuck I want on it. This is America, right? So you make sure you get some of that little hole in there for the extractor, because that's a moving part. Basically, just try to do all the moving parts where metal has contact with metal. Inside in here, blah blah blah. A little back here, boop, boop, boop. Just making sure it's like, do whatever you want. It's your fucking thing, you know. And then there's the upper receiver, and I left the charging handle over here. I got an ambidextrous charging handle on eBay. This one's made in China. I got it for 10 bucks. Because I saw one on the internet. It was going for, they call it the Raptor 2. Best one you could ever buy. They wanted 80 bucks for it. But I looked on eBay and got this one from China for 10 bucks and the same fucking thing. Take this. This is the charging handle. I got it all lubed up already. There's a little, as you can see, it's got these flared out wing tips right here. There's a little notch in there. You got to make sure you get it in. And make sure you get it in. Because, meets up in there with a gas piston. Boom. Right there, that's where it meets up in. Slide it out halfway. Take your BCG, because this part of that little gas tube has to go in here and helps pushes it back into the buffer tube, which is into the lower receiver. Here, I'll show you in a second. Pop this in, boom, in there. When the gun fires and the gas piston pushes the bolt carrier group back, pushes it back into the buffer tube, and this helps spring it back forward when you're firing semi-automatic, full semi-automatic. And you put it in here, like so, like this, scientist-wise. There's the front takedown pin. You make sure you got your specialty Craftsman gunsmith hammer, specialty gunsmith tool. Make sure it's all lined up. And you could beat the hell out of this thing. That's what they're made for. It's not like some sissy made out of glass. It's a tough rifle. You could pound on it. Just like I did your mama. There, that one's in. That one, yeah, there it is. All good to go. Give it a couple racks in there. Alright, there's the other takedown pin. Make sure that's secured in place. Hammer it in. It's good in place, and you give it a few charges. Make sure it's all lubed up. Ready to go. Thanks for watching Forged in Pain. Like and subscribe. Hit the little bell thing if you want. I don't care if you do it or if you don't. Thanks. Bye.